What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Duval Against y'all. You know how it is, man. This is on the Toys to Towels Network. Um, so today's episode, we are going to be talking about a Week 1 preview of I'm going to tell you against the Colts how we're playing. It's going to be on Sunday. This is opening day. You know, it's all crazy. We're glad everybody's glad football's back. I know I'm glad. Preseason helped a little bit, but then not actually having ball yet. But I'm glad I'm here. It's the year of we are back. We're going to show everybody that this isn't like a 1 year fluke. This isn't like 2017 where we had a playoff run, and next year we tanked. We have a way better quarterback than that. We have way better offense in general. I'm gonna say it, we have a better running back. ETN's better than Fournette was before, and even if you don't want to say that, if you want to argue that Fournette was better, the depth's better. I can't tell you who the running back was 2017, because that was after Yeldon left. Even if it was even, Tank basically looks better than all of them. So depth's better. So Jags fans, don't worry about this isn't a repeat. This is gonna be a new year, or this isn't the same old Jags, baby. We back. But so I'm gonna give you that. All right, I'm gonna go into that a little deeper. But make sure to like and subscribe. And hit the notification bell so that way you get notified for all the videos, not just Duval Against y'all, but everything else that shows up on this channel. I don't know, we really appreciate it. Helps with the algorithm, and you know that YouTube's algorithm is always crazy. But let's get into it. So, like I said, this is week 1. We're playing in the Colts and rookie Anthony Richardson. This hurts because I'm a Gators fan also. He was one of the 2 teams I didn't want Anthony Richardson to go because he's one of those guys. I feel like he'd be a lot better if he's sat for a year, and I felt like the Colts were going to ruin him. And on the fact, when he gets good, he's going to be good. And going against the in the AFC South every year, as long as the Titans don't get Caleb Williams this year, I feel like it will be okay. But if they get him after this year, AFC South maybe have the future quarterbacks. But moving from that, so Anthony Richardson beat out Gardner Minshew. Another guy hits real deep for starting quarterback job. Jonathan Taylor's not going to play, so that's going to help us with not worrying about the running game as much. We're probably just going to be trying to stop Anthony Richardson. No highlight plays. The big thing on no highlight runs from him in this game because he has that capability. He's that fast of a guy. He's a big quarterback, hard to get down, and when he gets off the field, he should be gone. But going off of their preseason highlights, it doesn't seem like they're going to run him a lot. It's not going to run a bunch unless they were hiding a bunch, which a lot of teams do for the preseason. But he has a cannon of arm, but a lot of times it's not super accurate. So we just got to be looking for that. They may be highlight throw, but he's also more likely to overthrow his receivers. The tape of Florida, I don't think was as bad as the tape looked last year when he was his last year at Florida. I think a lot of it is just the weapons of Florida weren't great. So, I feel like he's going to show up, but I still think we have enough squad. Our defense is good enough to slow him down. We got good corners, so we can send the house to blitz him and mess with him, and our corners can hold up. Tyson Campbell should be fine with Michael Pittman. Personally, I would do a following. I'd have him just follow him all game. Because otherwise they're going to put Pittman or Pierce in the slot, and then with Herndon, and then even if you think Herndon's a good corner, going against bigger receivers and stuff, like bigger names, bigger players, better players, receivers is a little different, but we'll see how that goes. And then we could have Darius Williams can just Alec Pierce. I don't think Alec Pierce is really going to do that much damage. The Colts don't really have a ton of weapons yet, and especially like I said, Jonathan Taylor's not playing. So our defense should be fine. There is obviously, like I said, rookie. There's not much tape on anybody. So if there is some bad moments, especially from the Colts offensively, There's no reason to fret. Like I said, there's not a lot of tape yet. We should be able to hold down it. And once we settle back in, we should be fine. Just like now, the coaches may make last year's defense was like near the end of the year was a lot better than it was at the beginning. Especially once Darius moves back outside. But we'll see how all that goes. I feel comfortable in this game. I feel like this is one we should win, given we haven't won in Indianapolis in years. We've always, I think it's 2017 now is the last time we won in Indianapolis. You know, we always beat them in Jacksonville, but I like a sweep. I feel like that's probably our best. I feel like we should sweep the South. The Titans are going to be the hardest out, but the Colts, I feel like we should sweep both games. I just don't think they have the offense or the defense that can hang with us. And I'll go into their defense in just a moment. But so this shouldn't be a competition. Anthony Richardson's first game, and he's the rawest of these rookie quarterbacks. So I'm ready to show him that the NFL is a little different than college. Especially our defense. Trayvon Walker, you got to get. I need at least a sack, man. I feel like he's a big guy, so you shouldn't be struggling with Anthony Richards. You're a big guy too. I feel like if he gets a sack, Josh Allen, I need plays. I prefer a sack from both guys, but most likely that's not going to happen. The Colts offensive line's not great, but it's better than a lot of elite teams. Their tackles are probably the weakest spot, so our guys got to eat. Because with Ryan Kelly and Nelson in the middle, so it's going to be a little harder for it. And with no Devon Hamilton this game, Foley's Cassius looks like he's going to be fully healthy, so that's good. But Devon Hamilton, he's a game changer. I feel like internally, allows us to do more stuff because I feel like if Hamilton's playing, you can move everybody around a little more. But we'll see how that goes. The only other guy who I feel like needs to have a big game on this for us to make sure we get this win is Devin Lloyd. We need our Devin Lloyd and Luke Orcon. I feel like are going to be the two main backers. Obviously, they're going to two stars, but they need to be ready for all this read option, run RPOs, and everything. The Colts are going to try to run with Anthony Richardson and get him down before he gets to open field. We don't want to see Cisco trying to tackle or anybody in space like that, especially a 6'4" quarterback like that, like Anthony Richardson is. But if they have a big game, maybe Faluakon could get an interception. Because I feel like he's had a few last year that he could have got, but he just didn't get wrong, or he jumped it wrong, or he hit his hand, he barely dropped it. So I want to see him get a pick. Really, I just want our defense to shut down, show that last year, play like we were last of the year, at the end of last year, because that's how we win games. All right, and then before I get in the offense, I just want to say, thank you for watching the video, and make sure to check out our website. That's toysdollars.com. There's a whole bunch of other cool stuff on there. You can check that out. Also, don't be afraid to check out our Patreon. That's patreon.com/toystotitles. That's a really cool, like, different levels of what you can get, like merch or help with your fantasy leagues. Because, season starts and injuries are happening now already. So, who you gonna pick up if you pick Cooper Kupp in the second round? So we can help you with stuff like that. But yeah, just check it all out. Give us reviews on iTunes and Apple Podcasts and all that good stuff. We appreciate all y'all watching. But now I'm gonna go back to the offense. All right, so offense is I think we're good. I don't think the Colts front seven, I don't think is good enough to disrupt the fact that their back end is not great. As our Rodgers situation, Kenny Moore is probably the best receiver or best corner left. And Kirk kind of ate him up last year. And then now with Zay Jones and Calvin Ridley and Evan Ingram and Trey, I feel like our offense is too good. The only thing that might slow us down is our offensive line. But going off just preseason performances, I was kind of impressed with our offensive line. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Anton Harrison's having some highlight blocks. The only bad play he had was when he got beat inside with against the Dolphins and got called for a penalty. Obviously, teams are going to see that. Might try to jump it a little bit, but I feel like with Brandon Sheriff next to him, it should be fine. Because it looked like that was his only issue if someone inside. So if his outside's fine, most pass rushers are going to go outside, edge guys. And with the Colts not having great edge, Kenny Payne's okay. But it's not like Ngakoue or like they have a Nick Bosa, somebody at the end, or TJ Watt that can distort the game. So I feel like that's going to help. And with Trevor's quick release, I think it's going to be fine. If our offensive line run blocks like we did against the Dolphins in the last preseason game, ETN's gonna and Tank Bisley are going to be eaten too. I just don't feel like the Colts have enough guys to stop us. They did get news today that Shaq Leonard has been cleared from his concussion, so he's going to play. Which they didn't play. He didn't play the last game against the Colts, if I remember correctly. But again, I mean, as a middle linebacker, there's only so much he can stop. And I feel like our weapons is too much. I'm ready to see Calvin Ridley get a tutty. He got close a couple times, and I feel like Trevor's developing trust with him. I don't think he fully has it yet, but he's developing the trust. With Ridley, I mean, obviously with that catch, he threw it up for him and knew Ridley was going to come down or no one was going to catch it. I still think Christian Kirk still is going to be his main guy, his third down guy. And then Zay Jones, we can't feel a big play Zay. So, I mean, I feel like it's just a lot of offense, and I don't feel like there's enough people on the Colts to stop it. I'm going to say Ridley, with this offense, is going to get at least 70 yards and a tutty. He may go for over 100, but I just feel like with the running game, we're not going to throw it enough for him to go over 100. I mean, unless he gets a long run, like 80-yard touchdown or something. But I'm still putting like around 70, 75, which for his first game back, I feel like he's going to be fine. Then I've Christian Kirk going for like 70, and a touchdown too. So that's for the two guys. I think they're going to try to get Ridley a touchdown, and then Kirk's going to get open like he's been. Ingram is going to show up. He's probably only going to have like 40, 50, but I feel like the running back's going to go for at least combined 150 yards rushing. I know this is kind of a crazy stat lines and stuff, but I feel like our offense is enough better than the Colts that we have the capability to do that. And not even counting, I mean, a lot of people, it's still part of the game. A lot of people I know don't like it, but even our special teams, I feel like is better. Like we have a better kicker, we have a better punter. Our return game, Agnew's better at returning. I just feel like we're just enough better that we should be able to beat them. This shouldn't be a close game. It may be, like I said, if Anthony Richardson has some highlight level crazy plays, but barring that, I don't think we should lose, or it should be close, unless turnovers happen. The turnovers part of the game, but really because even this preseason, I mean, Trevor had his interception, and then Bigsby had his fumble, but I feel like a lot of it's just early hiccups. I feel like we should be fine. Like I said, our offensive lines, where their best defensive line player, which is Buckner, that's where I feel like our Ben Barch and Brandon Sheriff should be able to help Fortner with it, and we should be fine. Really, the only people on their defense I really worry about is Shaq Leonard and Buckner, which I don't think they're good enough to stop us for that. As long as we don't make mistakes, I feel like we should win. I'm not going to say it's a close game. For my score prediction, I'm going 30-17. And it's like a late score to make it 17. So like I'm thinking it was like 30-10 till like 4 minutes left. But I just don't think the Colts can stop us. I know Coach Peterson wants the scoring up even more than it was last year when we were in the top 10. I think we were 10th in scoring. He wants us up at least another 5 points a game. So I don't feel like he's going to take his foot off the pedal, which I really like to see, because I feel like a lot of our coaches in the past have been that. Like Doug Marrone, I feel like that. Gus Bradley definitely was, until there were games that the crowd was like, I want 50. Then he would. But as a whole, I think he kind of just like would let his foot off the gas a little bit, play not to lose and playing to win, as they say. But It is. But I feel like Coach Pearson's like that, especially. I feel like he wants to get this win, get it quick, and then he might pull him start because you got Kansas City next week. Or with no Travis Kelce, this is probably our best chance to get the Chiefs next week. But again, we can't look ahead yet. Gotta get this Colts game out first. We gotta start this 1-0 season, 1-0 in the division. We gotta show that the AFC South is going through Jacksonville for the foreseeable future. Even with all these quarterbacks being drafted, it's still DUUUVAL. DUUUVAL against y'all. Like I said, that's what it is, man. But that's it for this week. Make sure to tune in next week at our new time. It's gonna be Saturdays at noon is what we're kind of going for. So we're gonna be right before the game, the day before the game. Make sure you get some insight on Jacksonville. But it's just remember, guys, it's DUUUVAL.
What's up, Title Tribe? We appreciate you watching the show. If you want to catch up on all of our college football content, make sure you subscribe to the CFB Nation by clicking their link below. Make sure you subscribe to the Toilets Titles Podcast Network by clicking our link below. And make sure to catch our other content by watching these videos to the side of me.